The River of Rights, a 7,000-year journey of human dignity. Prologue, the river's origin.
This is no ordinary river, its waters spring from humanity's most ancient longing for dignity. Today, let us journey upstream to seek the source of this river of rights.
Act 1, Flickers of Tolerance. Ancient civilizations.
In 539 BC,
Cyrus the Great inscribed on a clay cylinder, "Every nation may worship its own gods." This was not a conqueror's proclamation, but a covenant of tolerance. A millennium later, the Medina Charter crafted an even more astonishing idea with ink. The Jews have their religion and the Muslims have theirs. In aids are trapped in cycles of blood feuds. It replaced the sword with a contract, making different faiths equal members of a single political community. These two flickering lights tell us human rights begin with acknowledging coexistence in difference. Act 2, Cracks in the Chains, Medieval Struggle. But when power swells, such light can be easily extinguished. In 1215, English nobles brought the king to the negotiating table. Magna Carta, S-Class 39 declared, "No free man shall be seized or imprisoned, except by the lawful judgment of his equals or by the law of the land." This was more than a law. It was the first arrow shot into the heart of despotism. It stated, "The king is also under the law." This fissure would become the cornerstone for all future temples of liberty.
Act 3,
Currents of Revolution, Modern Awakening. In 1776, a thunderclap in America. All men are created equal, endowed with unalienable rights. This was no longer a plea to aching for favors, but a declaration that rights inherently belong to every person. France's echo was even more fervent. The principle of all sovereignty resides essentially in the nation. For the first time, power was explicitly returned to the people. These twin torrents scoured away the old notions. Government is not the master, but the servant. Rights are not bestowed, but are our birthright. Regarding the Declaration of Independence, the following are included. The Declaration of Independence fundamentally redefined the relationship between government and the people through its revolutionary philosophical framework. It began by establishing the proposition that all men are created equal as its cornerstone, declaring that the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are inalienable, natural rights endowed by the Creator. It then traditional political logic by stating that the sole legitimacy of government lies in securing these rights, and that its power must derive from the consent of the governed. When the British Crown systematically destroyed this social contract through systematic oppression, including 27 specific tyrannical acts, such as refusing to enact beneficial laws, undermining judicial independence, quartering standing armies in peacetime, and imposing taxes without consent. The Declaration eloquently demonstrated the historical inevitability of revolution. This document not only accomplished the legal transformation of 13 colonies into sovereign states, but also converted human rights from royal grants into symbols of inherent human dignity. Its principle of governance by consent ignited the spark of modern democracy, while its proclamation of the right to resist tyranny provided an enduring intellectual weapon for subsequent freedom struggles. Although the initial scope of all men are created equal failed to transcend the limitations of its era by excluding women and enslaved people, it was precisely this profound tension between ideal and reality that propelled the continuous expansion of human rights over more than 2 centuries of civilizational progress, making the Declaration an eternally unfinished epic that remains open to the future. Act IV, The Unfinished Journey, Modern Reflection. Our predecessors shaped the river's mouth as it meets the sea, but the voyage is far from over. Those voices that cried all men once excluded, women and the enslaved, so new questions join the river's flow. When you say, oh, does it include me? Does it include people of all colors? Does it include every gender, every love? The history of human rights is thus a history of self critique. It constantly expands the circle of human, turning yesterday as other into today as us. Finale, our choice. This river has flowed for 7,000 years, from clay cylinders to parchment, from declarations to constitutions, but it has no single source, nor a predetermined end. Every drop of water is the voice of countless youth and is calling for dignity. Its future course depends on the choices we make today. Remember, rights are never given, only won. The next chapter of this epic awaits our hand. The journey of human rights spans millennia, beginning with early manifestations of tolerance in the Cyrus Cylinder School for religious freedom and the return of displaced peoples, evolving through the Medina Charter as revolutionary establishment of a multi-religious political community based on equal citizenship and shared obligation. A pivotal turn came with the Magna Carta assertion that even sovereign power must bow to legal constraints, laying the foundation for due process. These developments culminated in the revolutionary declarations of the 18th century, the American Declaration of Independence, proclamation of inalienable rights derived from human nature itself, and the French Declaration of the Rights of Man as systematic codification of popular sovereignty and legal equality.